Uh, this damn team, man. It's your boy G here. Alec is back with us, joining us from I won't say where at, undisclosed destination. Back joining the pod. Glad to be here. A lot of talking about we get ready for Game 6. The Lakers lost in Game 5. Though many of us, as you guys saw, me and DJ, who was here last episode, were very excited for it and thought we could still get the victory and close the series out. But that didn't happen just yet. And we're going to Game 6 back here in LA. I'm excited to talk about it all. A lot of things going on with it, a lot of angles to discuss, AD's injury, the CORGI, and all the other stuff going on with it. Surely going to be discussed, and glad you guys can join us in the discussion. So we're going to run this intro and get into it. Thank you all for tuning in. So, yeah, here we are. The Lakers lost 106-121 to the Warriors in Game 5 in Golden State. AD went down with the injury, a head injury concussion that we'll discuss more in a moment, but just to the game. A lot of guys tried their best to step up. We got some valiant efforts from LeBron and others. D'Angelo Russell and Reeves put in valiant effort and things. But as you'll see as I scroll down here, all the Warriors stepped up as well. And we got 20-plus from DRAYMOND, from Wiggins. Curry did his thing yet again. Gary Payton and Klay Thompson continue to at least somewhat contribution, while Klay not hold the grand game that many had projected. So definitely a shocking moment where we thought we could find a way to close it out. But going on to Game 6, as we had predicted, Alec, you even have Lakers in 6 in your tag there. Do you think we closed out in Game 6, or how do you think things play out from here?
Yeah, with the update today on AD saying he's good to go and available for Game 6, I do believe that the Lakers will close it out. I had my concerns if AD did indeed have a concussion and was going to miss time, but with him healthy, the Lakers going back home, playing in front of that home crowd, AD and LeBron specifically locked in for that Game 6, taking it, I believe he said, approaching the game as we need to go 1-0 in this game.
Right.
Not concerned about we had a 3-1 lead or whatever. Just need to close out and win this one game. So I think they're going to be locked in. I think as they've gotten contributions from other guys down the lineup throughout this playoffs, I think one of the other guys is going to step up, if not a couple of them at home. So I think the Lakers are going to be able to edge out the Warriors once again and we can get more into the prediction later on, but I do think
let's go ahead and stay here. I moved too fast myself, but we can go ahead and jump into Game 6 and kind of backtrack as we discussed. But if you look at potential things that could come into play, talking about guys need to step up. What do you think about the contribution of going to the Warriors side? Actually, guys like Klay Thompson, who have not fully had the grand games that we expected just yet. You think we can see a Game 6 Klay step up in this moment now?
It's been interesting because the first 2 games, Klay had, I think, 6 threes, 8 threes, something like that.
Right.
And these last 3, he's been off. The shot selection has been off. He's been, I love that classic picture from the finals. That dude that did nothing on the group project but still got an A. That's Klay Thompson right there. So, I mean, he was like that last night. He was 3 for 12 last night, but he was still a plus 16 because the rest of the team was pretty good. Steph being the major catalyst for that. But they're going to need a little bit more from Klay, especially if they want to win this game on the road. They're going to need Jordan Poole to be a little bit better if he's going to be getting minutes. He was a little bit better last night at home, but he's struggled in 3 out of these 5 games. So they're going to need a little bit more from Poole. They're going to need their role players to be good once again. Gary Payton fought through looked like pregame vomit in Game 4. But he fought through it and provided a nice mark for the Warriors in that game, but the Lakers still got it. But they're going to need contributions from guys like GP2, guys like Dante DiVincenzo, whether it's JaMychal Green or whoever. They're going to need those guys to help carry the load with Steph because Steph's going to empty the clip. But they're going to need someone to step up. And I'm not 100% confident that they are going to get that from the others. That's why I am leaning towards the Lakers. But Draymond did put in that performance that I was asking for and thinking that Kerr was going to encourage him to be more aggressive offensively, he did look for his shot a little bit more and had that 20 game. No triple single for Draymond. So if Draymond's playing like that, that's going to be a major plus for the Warriors, because Steph and Draymond are a great tandem there.
He definitely seems locked in. He seems like he understands the moment. He sees what's going on with his team, and that he's not fully getting the contribution from other guys. So Dre is being more aggressive on the offensive side, and it definitely is benefiting them right now. So we'll see if that can continue. On the flip side, the guy that he's guarding, Anthony Davis, going back to him, just looking at what's going on with him going forward, do you think this team can be successful and get over the hump still with him possibly hobbled the rest of this series?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm in my family's prayer room right now, and I think AD could use all the prayers we got for this next game, this rest of this playoff run.
Right.
We need him healthy and whole. As I continue to say it with me, the Lakers go as AD goes. We need AD in order to complete this playoff run, this championship run potentially. AD has to be healthy and whole, and he has to be playing like a top 5 player in the league. So. I'm hopeful. They said he's good to go. I don't know how much of that is a little bit inauthentic. Like they just want him to play. They don't want him to be in protocol.
Keep it into existence a little bit. Like
exactly. I'm hoping he is close to 100% because we need him to be so. But yeah, I think regardless, I think you're going to get a special LeBron game in this game 6.
Mm-hmm.
I think LeBron knows the task at hand. He doesn't take the Warriors or Steph lightly. He knows this is a championship team. So I think he's going to come out even more aggressive, even more laser focused. And I think it's going to be a bigger LeBron game than AD game personally.
We haven't really seen LeBron Taylor just yet.
Exactly.
He has it in him still, and that's not doubting him in that regard, but just his injuries and all that make that come into play. You think we can get a grand performance from him in Game 6, or
he does?
Maybe.
I think he does have it in him, like 1 or 2 games in a series. I don't think he's needed to do it to this point.
Right.
And I don't think he necessarily has to empty the tank in a Game 6. I think he is gunning for the closeout.
Right.
But were they to go to a Game 7, I think he can still get a 35+ game in a Game 7 scenario. So I don't think that we need all that because this team is good enough and deep enough. Mm-hmm. But I think he's got it in him. I think LeBron's got it in him.
We're bouncing around a little bit. I won't get back to AD, but real quick, since you brought him up, I don't want to even go this far just yet myself, but I'm gonna ask it. If we were to go to a Game 7, who would you trust more, Steph or LeBron in that situation?
LeBron.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll roll with you in that. Okay.
This is a Mount Rushmore guy. I know people are talking about Steph like he could potentially make the jump to Mount Rushmore. If he wins a title, I'm not mad at that. But right now, LeBron is already there.
Hey, Alec, he's in the discussion. That's all that matters.
Yes, exactly. Steph is in the discussion for sure, for being moving up there. But LeBron is already there. Like LeBron is on the Mount Rushmore currently. So I think he still has it in him. I know he tweaked his foot again, it looked like maybe, and it seems like he's not as aggressive driving to the rim at times, and maybe floating a little bit on the perimeter and more focused on the defensive end and getting guys going, the rest of the team going offensively. But I think push comes to shove, he can still get to the rim. Like we saw that 2020 game in the first round. He still is capable of putting up big performances like that. So
absolutely, and definitely want to see that. And I'll roll with you, believing that he can get us over the hump in Game 6 or 7 if need be. I'm excited to see how that plays out. But to his partner AD and how he may play going forward, just to his concussion, there's been a lot of people that have been joking in the media and things like that. I do want to take a moment and acknowledge that the concussions, even in moments where they do seem light, can be very serious. We see it in football all the time and in other situations where even if you brush by a guy the wrong way sometimes, wind catching you or however the case may be, it's not something taken lightly. And they were joking about him being in a wheelchair after the game and all this stuff. When you have head injuries, those are things that however it happens should not be taken lightly. And I'm just disappointed actually that I saw it seemed like the whole collective of media folks that just couldn't seem to understand why he was as hobbled in the moment as he was.
Yeah, I mean the line kind of gets blurred, I think, with AD. He takes a lot of criticism, some fair, some unfair, and I think that was partially on the unfair side with it being a head injury. It's like it's not typically that for AD, and like you said, the head can be more serious. Mm-hmm. So I understand why the Lakers were taking extra precaution with that, like with him being our prize star and with it being a head injury that could potentially, it could be life altering if you're not careful. So I get why they handled it that way, and I agree that it maybe went a little bit over the line as far as some media laughing at it or just making light of the situation when it could have potentially been more serious. So.
Yeah, hey, I don't take those lightly, and definitely hope for AD's well wishes, and hope to see him back on the court or just healthy going forward. So yeah, definitely want to keep our eyes on that. Then going forward with Game 6 and beyond, we talked about the key figures in regards to LeBron and Steph and people like that. And you may already mentioned it too, but who else do you see that could have a big impact just in this Game 6 on Friday night? Who you see on either side that could be a big X factor beyond the core guys?
I will say, I mean, we've been calling AD the X factor as he is, but a lot of the Lakers wins have been in good D'Angelo Russell games. So like I would love to see D'Angelo Russell at least in a rhythm. He doesn't have to be scoring 20 plus, but in a rhythm, making good decisions, making winning basketball plays. Because when he's played well, the Lakers have won a lot of those games. So I'd love to see him be a catalyst for the Lakers in that Game 6 as well. I think you're going to get another good performance from Reeves at home. It may not be 21 like it was in Game 4, but I think you'll get a good Reeves game. I think you'll get good Schroeder. Vando, I'm not sure about. Like if he's impacting the game defensively, that's all I can ask for. I don't want to really see him taking any more threes. Like that's almost like a turnover at this point when he's shooting a three. But yeah, I think the Reeves, Rui, Schroeder, those guys that are kind of solidified as our role players off the bench, I think those guys can be some key contributors in this game. And Lonnie as well. Lonnie got more run again in Game 5. I think he can have a good 16, 18-minute stint for us as well. So.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I will say though you want to see less shots from them, if Rui and Vando are going to get valuable minutes, while those minutes are meant to be used on the defensive side mainly, they can't combine for 4 points total like they did in the last game. No. You have to give at least a little bit of something. Get it close to at least 10.
You had him on the over 11 PRA or whatever, and he had like one.
One total. I'm like, come on, man. Like, come on. And as someone that's in the starting lineup, you definitely want more contribution than that, even if a lot of those stats may go unaccounted for. So we'll see how that goes going forward. And then with that, we've actually had a couple of bad games from Vando. Respectfully, do you think he stays in the starting lineup in this game, or do you think there's been any adjustments made, especially with AD potentially hobbled?
I do think he starts. I don't know if he gets significant run if he's not impacting the game defensively. Like I said, he only had one counting stat. So if you're not getting rebounds, steals, blocks, like then there's not really a use for you like on the floor unless you're really deterring Steph. Like he's really slowing him down and making Steph shoot a low percentage. But other than that, like he has to be impacting the game in some way defensively because we're not expecting him to get 8-10 points or whatever. Like that's a plus when he's doing that.
Now is not the time for cardio. We're past that. If you want to get your cardio,
no Tony Snell games.
No Tony Snell games needed. So we want to make sure everybody's contributing as much as possible. So I definitely agree with you there. Just excited for what's to come with this game. You already gave your prediction somewhat. We see it here. Obviously, we both actually said Lakers in 6. But I will say, because it's taking the internet by storm, let's go ahead and get it out the way real quick. Let me go ahead and find it. Where is this bomb?
I'm taking this dog to the pound, man.
Are you worried at all about the Corgi?
I'm worried that the Warriors win this game and that the Corgi stays 6 for 6 now. I don't know where this Corgi came from, who the owner is, how it got social media around. God, I'm sick of this dog, man. Oh my God. This is the only hope that the Warriors fans had too. Once they went down 3-1, it was like, hey, the Corgi is still perfect. Oh my God. Can we please end this? So I need the Lakers to just end this series.
They're going to get a statue of that dog if they win this series somehow, knock on wood. Yeah, it's going to be all hell. So, definitely need the Lakers to shut that down immediately. I don't want to go 7 games if possible. As you said, Lakers in 6 is the hope. And, just we'll keep our fingers crossed on what's to come beyond that. So, definitely a lot of mess there. But for the game itself, definitely excited for it and looking forward to all to come there. Anything else around the game you want to discuss real quick?
Yeah, one last major note I had written down. Can we please stop complaining about the refs? Please. Both fan bases. because the Lakers were complaining about the whistle in this last game too in Golden State. I don't care, man. Like, you have to play through that stuff. You're sometimes going to get bad refereeing. The Warriors are in no place to talk with the years of illegal screens that they've gotten away with on their way to championships. Steve Kerr said the refs were doing fine, but now after Game 4, he's complaining about the refs and Lakers flopping. And then we got him and Darvin Ham sending shots back at each other through the media and Chris Haynes and stuff. Like, please, it's getting to the coaches now sending subliminal shots at each other. Can we stop complaining about the refereeing and just play between the lines? That's it. That's my rant.
I'm fully with you there. Let the game play out as it needs to play out. All the other stuff that comes into play, let it be what it is. There's just been too much whining about things going on beyond the court that is completely unnecessary. So I'm rolling with you there. You got no points from me, and hopefully Warriors fans and folks definitely take note of that. So just a lot of things to pay attention to around all of this. I guess for a fun question to throw out there, how do I say this? Who would a series win mean more for, the Lakers or the Warriors?
Mean more for? That's interesting. I feel like my initial thought would be the Lakers, just because the Warriors just won the chip last year. Like Steph has his like solo ring kind of now, where he was like the clear one. Yeah. So I feel like I would say LeBron and AD and this Lakers team, like, I think it truly solidifies them, like, their legacy in LA. So in order to get that, they have to get through this series. So I think it means more to the Lakers right now. And I think LeBron closer to retirement too. Like, I think Steph is going to have more time to potentially have another window with restructuring the roster and everything. So I think it means a little bit more for LeBron. As we see, he is slowing down a little bit. Like, he's not dropping 30 plus every game in the playoffs anymore. And his team is good enough to afford him to do that. But if they needed that, I don't know if LeBron could still do 30 plus a game kind of thing. So I think it means a little bit more to LeBron and AD and the Lakers.
Gotcha. I think I rolled you in that. I started smiling because we had a discussion last episode when you weren't here about LeBron and AD.
You were ready to put LeBron's statue outside of
no statue.
I heard you.
Hold on. I'm trying to give him some praise. I'm trying not to be full hater. I'm trying to give praise where it is due. And I used to lean a little too far the other way. So now, can you balance it out or give your own opinion? Do you think, as we discussed last episode, that with how things have gone, that LeBron and AD have now earned their jersey in the rafters? Yes or no?
Yeah, I think I was mostly with DJ and Matt on that episode. I think if the Lakers are to get a second championship in LeBron's tenure, I think he'll be worthy of getting his jersey retired. I'd still be a little bit leery on AD, to be honest, even with the second ring. Like, just because of sometimes the effort and like how he kind of just chilled in 2021 after we won in 2020. Like, I feel like I still need to see a little bit more consistency and effort from him. Like, he's clearly a dominant player when he's playing at his best and completely locked in. But I think I would need a little bit more from AD personally. But I mean, he'd have an argument. That's 2 titles in the city. So
yeah. Like I said, 2 is cool. We're in the city of 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's how we roll. So we'll see if they can get there. But 2 is a start, and we'll see if they get there by first getting over this Warriors series. And so I say tuned to all of that. That's really all I got for right now. You got, again, anything else you want to continue to add?
Real quick, just on that discussion too with the Raptors, like, LeBron has missed the playoffs half the seasons he's been in LA too. So I'm like, he definitely needs another chip before we start thinking about, is his jersey getting retired and all that stuff?
I'm not mad at it. I got a little.
It's a team where we're not just like happy getting in the playoffs. Like, this isn't the Sacramento Kings. This is Los Angeles.
Hey.
We're talking about rings here. We got 17 of them. We're trying to get 18. So.
Whatever, man. Whatever. good shot. Whatever. But yeah, excited to stay tuned to it all. Hope that our guys get it done there, and definitely will stay tuned. Yeah, that's really all I got at this point.
Anything for the games today?
I will say it again.
Anything for the games today?
The last thing I will say, sorry, that was it in regards to questions for it all. Of course, the last thing I do want to say, just in regards to stats and all that kind of fun stuff, we have our G's units yet again. We did our poll. We did our poll online following the game. We started a new thing where guys can we shared a couple prize pick props that were available and let people pick what they thought was going to happen. And I went through and tallied up who won the most of them. Let me make sure I pull it up for you guys right now. We had 2 guys that stood out amongst the rest.
Hey, how did I do?
I didn't count. You don't count because you're on the show.
Oh, come on,
I can't. Yeah, I'm like, why are you even on here? I can't hear everybody else. The 2 that stood out to me, one of them, his name was Xander N96. I think he's a friend of yours.
Yeah, Xander Nanji.
4 of the 7 that I posted, and Lance, who's on there as well. I think his name goes by Brother Goof.
Brother Goof. Yeah.
His name online, Brother Goof. Yeah, Brother Goof is his name on IG. Both of y'all, I think, from my tally, both got 4 out of the 7. So salute to y'all for doing that. I also posted to see if you guys want to continue doing that. So for big games, for Game 6 for sure, I'll have more props posted for you guys to vote on, and we'll see what you guys do. As for my G's units, again, alternate days have continued for me. AD passed the moniker from himself to me. I've been back and forth. Mine didn't hit yesterday as I hoped, but we're back for another day to see how it goes. They already have the props up for Game 6, so I went ahead and put a ticket in. I got under 24.5 points for AD, with him coming out with a potential injury. I don't know if he'll quite get there. He might get just under, but while still having a good game. Steph having to really carry the load for this Warriors squad. I got him over 38.5 points and assists. He'll for sure get a whole lot of points and started passing the ball a lot recently in this series as well. So I think he can do that. Draymond's on his way to the line as well, so I think Draymond can get 1. Give me 1 free throw, bro. Like, come on, help me. I think he can give me 1 free throw. In similar fashion, Gary Payton's gotten some good run. I think, as you know earlier, I think he can get 1 3-pointer made. Sitting way in the corner for step assist. We'll see about that. It's gonna be close. Those half ones where it seems too low, too good to be true. Those are always ones that end up biting you. So we'll see if he gets that for us. And then LeBron for 41.5 points, on an assist. Talking about LeBron having a big game there. Definitely agree with you there, and I think he can contribute in all facets and get over that mark. And in similar way, Austin Reeves, who stepped up, being a 3rd, 4th option for this squad, surely will put up a solid contribution, especially at home now. And I think he can get over that 22.5 points he runs and assists himself. So a lot of good things to follow here. We'll see if this one hits. I can get back in the win column. But either way, it's fun to share with you guys, and y'all continue to tail or fade my picks as you want. I'm going forward and excited to keep this thing rolling. So a lot of good things there. That's it for right now. As for the series that are going on today, the Heat play today, correct, or was that tomorrow?
No, it's Celtics, Sixers.
The Celtics seem like they are. Like they just want to be done with it. For some reason, they kind of fell apart. They are fighting, and they have stayed in games a little bit. There's other side where it's like, all right, bro, like enough's enough. And there's some restructuring that's been going on there. I don't know if it's going to be Tatum and Jalen that move around, or the coaching, or wherever the case. But something it's true that they're at their end at this point. And while the Sixers are on a mission to get over this hump, I think this will be the first conference final for Embiid. Correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, he definitely wants to make sure he crosses that off, especially in his MVP season. So, I think he gets it done. And then the other one is the Nuggets and the Suns.
Yep.
The Suns.
No DeAndre Ayton. Yep.
Ayton, who really wasn't there, even if he was playing. He checked out Saturday as our Arizona guy.
Man, you ain't got to go that far.
I'm sorry. We just being honest with you. I didn't mean to hate. We just telling you how it is. He clearly had checked out a bit from that squad. And I think not having the full arsenal, I think you saying Chris Paul will not prosper. We continue to see the Suns' demise.
What I tell y'all, man.
I just gotta accept it to be true. As the Nuggets clearly are a team that appears better than that Suns squad, as valiant of an effort as KD and Devin Booker are putting up. So the Nuggets get it done as well. So fun things to watch there, and what you think as we prepare to close.
Yeah, man. The basketball gods are always watching, Chris Paul. You're not getting away with nothing, buddy. No rings for you, sir. I think in that series, I think Jokic, another masterclass. He's been doing it on a nightly basis, essentially. They're on the road, but the Suns are gonna need KD to have a huge game with no Aiden. He's gonna have to play a lot of the 4. He's gonna have to help rebound, because I don't think Jock Landale and Biyombo are gonna get the job done alone. So KD's gonna have to play big. They're gonna need some TJ Warren in there to play a bit. It's going to be rough. They're going to need big games from KD and Booker, which I think they can get, but I think Jokic is also going to get that, and I think he can get a little bit of help from Murray and Porter Jr. So I think the Nuggets actually close it out. in 6 as well. We got a lot of game 6s. I think across the board we have game 6s, so that's dope to see. And then Celtics Sixers, I agree with you. The vibes have been off. It was a red flag for me how they Celtics struggled against the Hawks already,
right?
And then how they've just struggled to close games and stuff in this series too against the Sixers.
No, I agree.
I think Tatum has a big game. I think he has that in him, the counting stats for sure. But I agree that Embiid and Harden are on a mission. And this isn't a 3-1 lead scenario for Doc Rivers, so I don't think he's going to blow it. But they still have time to blow a 3-1 lead later if they want. But I think I'm not sure that they win this game tonight. If it goes 7, I might actually lean the Celtics. I'm a little hesitant. The Sixers are definitely like hungry, but I'm hesitant because I think the Celtics are the better team overall. They've just been wishy-washy closing.
Sure.
I'll ride the hot hand. I'll say the Sixers close it out.
Got it. So yeah, we'll definitely say 2 to it all. See how things play out. I'm looking forward to everything going on across the league, especially with our Lakers squad here. But yeah, a lot of good stuff here, and we appreciate the opportunity yet again. Continue to like, review, subscribe, comment, share. How you show love, definitely appreciate it all. Make sure you follow us on IG. A lot of fun things going on there. Follow us on Twitter. Section of the sports, a lot of good stuff going on there. And yeah, just a lot of fun things continue to be on the way. We may be on the move as you see different locations going on in the backgrounds and whatever, but we still find ways to continue to bring you guys content, and we'll do keep this thing rolling. So thank you for tuning in yet again, and we'll see y'all real soon, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Peace. I probably better hit